Miss your favorite show? Download the podcast.
The staff and families at Yard House of Temecula takes this time out to recognize and salute the local men and women in uniform standing tall for our political and economic freedom around the world. Let's always remember them in our thoughts and prayers. Their efforts abroad and our support has kept America strong. This message, courtesy of your good friends at Yard House of Temecula at 40770 Winchester Road in Temecula. They are always working to keep our community moving in a positive direction.
KCAA.
Welcome to the Teamsters. No, this is the Donald Williamson Taxsaver and More show. That's right. All right, stand by, folks. I'm Mark Westwood. There we go. Levels are better now. And we're on 106.5, 1050 a.m. in the Don Williamson Taxsaver or More show. John's not with us today. He is with us still, but he's sick. Unfortunately, he came down with a little something, and yet to be defined yet. But yeah, we wish him the best. We hope he gets better quick. We love Don and miss him, and he's going to be missed today. As we say, this is the Donald Williamson Taxsaver More show. We have the band High Impact in today. Also, we were going to hear from the Inland Empire 66ers, Chris Holsconnect, but he didn't show up. So I don't know if Chris is going to wander in here at some point or another. He's kind of laid back and chill, too. Anyway, we're running a radio station here, so with no further ado, we're going to get to the first matter of business, because this is the Donald Williamson Taxsaver or More show, and that is that Donald wants you to know about a special form you can get from the state. You can look at it, Google it, about disaster relief, whether the disaster is personal at your own property, whether it's declared by the state or local authorities. You can apply and get tax savings and a tax deduction, and it'll help you greatly if you're in that position. And we know a lot of people with the Eaton fire and the fires down in the beach and things like that have been adversely affected. And, of course, some people that we know have been adversely affected by fires, and fires have come around here, too. So it's a good thing to listen to this show with Donald Williamson. Usually here he explains it much better than I do, but you can go online and find that. You can also call us right here at 909-383-1065, 909-383-1065, and we will help you with those forms. And so, we will help you get those going. And you will not be sorry. Let's just put it that way. All right, moving on here. We got a special show today. We've been in a lot of music lately. We had Garth Brooks' sister, Amy Brooks, and an album about her and her mother, Colleen, and it was the nationwide debut. We had that not too long ago. 2 weeks ago, we played a lot of their music, and it was kind of fun. We had a Christian gospel group in here last week. It seems to be the trend we're doing right now. We're having music groups. And this week, we have a group called High Impact. And High Impact is a local band, kind of from Yucaipa in various different areas. I think we have Christine, the twin here. She's the bass player. And Manny Lopez, we're still waiting for Danny, the drummer.
He's here, actually. He's in the parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like I said to you guys, the drummer's always the last here. Most equipment, I play the music as a band, the most equipment, the last one to get here. But we will make sure that he gets in the building. They're working on that right now, so just relax. We'll talk to you guys right now and talk about the band. And maybe he's coming in. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's Danny Aldline, the drummer. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Come on over and sit down there, Danny. Have a seat. At least you got a great shirt on. The Beatles. Love the Beatles. And I have a KQLH 92.5 oldie station, too. You might be able to fix your wire there. It's a little bit up on your head. Take your headphones off again. Okay. And it's kind of tangled up there, I think.
Now I feel better that he's here. I definitely feel much better.
Is he the talker?
No, he's our drummer, He's
okay.
Just,
Make sure your microphone is turned on there, Danny. There's a little switch there. It is, okay. Bring it up to you, and we're going to talk just like I'm talking into my microphone. Everybody kind of get a little closer to your microphone. Not too close, but yeah, there you go. And so, again, we have Christine, the twin, the bass player.
Christine's twin.
Christine's twin, okay. And she's the bass player in the group. And then there's Manny Lopez, who plays guitar and vocals.
Yeah.
And the songwriter.
and he is the songwriter.
Yes.
And helped put the band together, from what I
Yes.
understand.
I pull it all together.
Is
yes.
it? Okay. And then we have Daniel, and I have to say Adelaine?
Yeah, that's good.
Adelaine? That's good. Okay, that's good enough. Huh? The
Yeah.
drummer on percussion, right?
Yes.
On the Skins. And so we got a little three-person band here, and they have some music that we're going to play. First of all, I'm going to say right now, before we get into all this, we're going to play one of their songs. Let's play, pick a song. As You Bleed,
Let's go with
Let It
that
Burn.
one. As You Bleed.
As You Bleed. We're going to put on As You Bleed, Eric, and we're going to listen to the song. They're going to be playing at Taylor's Friday, 8 p.m. Right now. Here is High Impact and As You Bleed.
Locked down in the pouring rain, soaking wet water stain. I feel the blood flow right through to my heart. I hear your name called to me through the flame I cannot see. I feel the pain flow right through to my heart. Yeah, don't lie to me, 'cause I already know all the pain that you hide within your eyes. Take my hand if you can, and please try to understand. The only thing I'll ask of you is try. You could have had anything you've ever dared to dream, but for now you are dying on your knees as you bleed. Take a pill to kill the pain, for the thrill under my brain. I feel the chill flow right through to my heart. In a dream I hear you scream, too intense, so extreme. I feel the sting flow right through to my heart. Yeah, don't lie to me, 'cause I already know all the pain that you hide within your eyes. Take my hand if you can, and please try to understand. The only thing I'll ask of you is try. You could have had anything you've ever dared to dream, but for now you are dying on your knees. Let you bleed.
KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. Mark Westwood here with you on the Donald Williamson Show. And that is the band High Impact. It's called As You Bleed. And we're here with their band members, Christina's twin, Manny Lopez, and Daniel Adline. And who wrote this one?
That was me.
That was you, okay. And that's a great song. It's like we're all sitting in here rocking our heads. And, it's a real good song. If you're at a nightclub or you're going to be at Taylor's this Friday at 8 p.m., you'll play that song, right?
Absolutely. And we're also preparing to record an album. We will have an album out soon.
Great.
And we do have a website,
Yeah.
You have a website? What's the website?
highimpactband.com.
highimpactband.com. So let me tell you about this song. I liked it. It was a good song. I give it a 9 out of 10. You know how they did on the Dick Clark show. 10 out of 10. Yeah. That's a good song. I would listen to it, and I enjoy listening to it. It's the kind of song that makes you speed going down the road.
Yes, right. Yeah. Right off the right off the mountain.
That's cool. So, Danny, tell me, what was your inspiration for this song?
So I had a dream. I had a dream about
There we
There it
go.
goes. I had a dream about running into an old friend that I hadn't seen for a long time, and they're just going through a hard time. And I was like, all right, well, I'll try to help you out. And that just kind of gave me the inspiration for it.
You could give that to the Red Cross, their blood bank too. As you bleed, they could use that.
Yeah, that'll work.
One of their promos. Yeah, we help the Red Cross and the blood bank gather blood. In fact, they're after me for blood right now. I've been too busy to sit down and lay down long enough to do it. But
I'm
I don't
afraid
need
of
blood.
needles. I can't do it.
Me too. And we post our calendar on the website for all our up and coming shows.
Okay.
So when they go on our highimpactband.com website, there is a calendar there, and also email for them to sign up.
And that's you singing, right?
Yes.
That is, and some backups here or something, or
I did all
Just
the
the tracks
backups.
and all the backup?
This actually all three of these was the demo I made to try to get everybody into the band. So I used
okay.
this to promote the band to get people to join my band. So
Hey, that's pretty
and it
sick.
worked.
Yep,
I
that's-
got-
This song we rock all of them live.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's neat. You know, sometimes you see artists and you hear them and they sound great, and then you get them live and you're like, they kind of suck. So if you're doing it live and you're
We
doing
rock
that,
it live.
you
Oh,
rock
yeah.
it live. That's
we
very
we
cool.
bring the show, man.
We rock it live.
Yeah, she's kind of Christine's kind of dressed up as her twin, I think, today, right? You got the
I
sequin-
always dress up with sparkles. I just
Stuff
like
like
to
that.
do that.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. And I got my yellow shoes. Sure.
And you're the bass player.
I am.
And you know, it's amazing. I'm getting a lot of text here all of a sudden. It's amazing that Amy Brooks, who we just had, they had a representative for Amy. Amy Brooks is a bass player too. So that's cool. Women bass players.
Yeah.
Pretty strong here. That is very neat. And so, you know, as you're getting together, how long have you been together?
The band has been together 4 years, but this group of us has been together for a little
Almost
over
three.
2.5
Yeah.
years.
The band's been together 4 years, and then some kind of incarnation of it.
And yeah,
Yeah.
And then these two have been with you for 2 years now.
Yes.
And so where do you play mostly?
all over the Inland Empire, mostly San Bernardino, Yucaipa, Fontana. Play up in the mountains, Crestline.
We play a lot at 3 Iron Brewery. We're in rotation of that. And your Ale, Hangar 24, Packing House.
Those are great places. I've been to Hangar 24. I've also been to the Packing House. And
Those are great places to be like on rotation at because they also have like good beers on rotation. So good spots.
that's Eric, our engineer, right there, chiming in there. He's thinking, I'm going to come to the concert, and
Yeah.
he's looking for beer.
Yeah, I also had another question. Is you said you recorded those demos before you got the band? Have you guys written music together since you now have the band?
We have a ton of music. We're actually getting into the studio right now to record a couple albums. So,
Awesome. Okay.
we'll be having a lot of music coming out very shortly.
Eric has his own show, too, with music and
Oh,
and
yeah.
musician. He
Yeah,
shreds.
check out
and-
Palm Trees in Progress on Tuesdays. Yeah. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
That's all right. This isn't normally a music show, believe it or not, from the title. Don Williamson, Taxpayer and Saver More, is kind of like, let's get something juicier in here and more fun because, yeah, it's kind of snore time when you start talking about taxes too much.
Well, who was the guest that Don brought last week? He used to tour with like.
Yeah.
Who did you say you toured with? Van Halen? No.
Yeah, they opened for Van Halen.
Oh, it's a Motley Crue. Yeah. So
and Motley Crue. And
he's a cool tax guy.
Yeah, he's a cool tax guy. He was a 3-term tax assessor for San Bernardino County. Now he's on a radio show, and it's usually we have him sitting here too, and he's always got some cool things to add. You know, we're going to have another little bit of music here. I don't want to do it before the break though, so I want to talk more about like your musicianship and how did you start. For instance, you're the guitar player,
Yes.
and did you teach yourself or?
Taught myself, but not really. I grew up playing in the church band.
Okay.
So a buddy of mine showed me a couple chords, and I just kind of been doing it ever since then. Ever since I was like 13, I think.
So you sit down and you kind of write the lead sheet for everybody, how they're going to play. and
Yeah,
stuff
I'll
like that.
come up with something, and then pass the music on to these guys, and if they like it, then we'll rock
Yeah, I
it.
kind of want to, crazy backbeat with this kind of a,
Yeah, just do a little. I don't know music terms, so I just make sounds.
Is it a music term? The drummer understands what that is. He does it Pretty good job. Did you play? Oh, you did all the tracks.
I did everything
Okay.
on the tracks.
So yeah. So as you go along, you just life experiences are your inspiration.
Mostly something would just like, just hit me right there, and I'll have to come up with something, or just sit down and be writing a poem or something, and okay.
Yeah.
Music comes along.
So as you said, this first song, "As You Bleed," we just listened to. We're going to listen to a little bit of it going back into the commercial. Okay. And as you bleed, you had a friend that you were thinking about, empathizing with.
Yeah, a dream, that a friend that I hadn't seen forever, and they were just going through a hard time. I was just like, well, how can I help you out, man? And woke up and kind of wrote a song about that dream.
Okay, well, this is radio. We like that. That's good, and inspiration. This is radio. We got to stop for some spot break, and we will be right back. But as we go, we're going to listen a little bit more. Once again, a reprise of "As You Bleed" on KCAA 1050 AM.
Your name called me through the flame I cannot see. I feel the pain fly through the heart.
CAA Loma Linda. The Legacy KCAA 1050 AM and Express 106.5 FM.
One of the best ways to build a healthier local economy is by shopping locally. Teamster Advantage is a shop local program started by Teamster Local 1932 that has brought together hundreds of locally owned businesses to provide discounts for residents who make shopping locally their priority. Everything from restaurants like Corky's to fun times at SB Raceway and much, much more. If you're not currently a Teamster and you want access to these local business discounts, contact Jennifer at 909-889-8377, extension 224. Give her a call. That number again is 909-889-8377, extension 224.
Now, here's a new concept: digital network advertising, where businesses display your ad inside their building. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, your company is going to thrive with digital network advertising. Choose your marketing sites or jump on the DNA system and advertise with all participants. Your business ad or logo is rotated multiple times an hour inside local businesses where people will discover your company. Digital network advertising, DNA, a novel way to be seen and remembered. Digital network advertising with networks in Redlands and Yucaipa. Call in the 909 area 222-9293 for introductory pricing. That's 909-222-9293 for digital network advertising. One last time, digital network advertising, 909-222-9293.
For several years,
KCAA.
KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. I'm Mark Westwood, your pronouncer. And in with Donald Williamson, giving him my sympathies here. He's in bed, not feeling too well. And so he couldn't make it in today. This is the Donald Williamson Taxsaver and Pay show and more show. And we're here with High Impact, a local band here in the area. They're going to be playing at Taylor's this Friday at 8 p.m. To midnight. Yeah, Taylor's. Taylor's is a great place, by the way. Taylor's is over 100 years old. And I know about Taylor's. Taylor's used to be a creamery back in the day. And then during Prohibition, they served booze kind of on the sly. And that's why and then they came back after Prohibition, but they were still serving ice cream. So if you go into Taylor's, there's the bar is real low and you sit at the bar. That's kind of unusual for a bar. The reason that is because it's been there for over 100 years, and it was an ice cream shop. It was an ice cream shop to begin with. So, and they serve great tacos on Tuesdays because I go there. And sometimes they have some good karaoke on the weekend. And it's just kind of a fun place to go. And the drinks are not that expensive. If you're looking for a chic bar, no, that's not it. It's a roadhouse. And it really is alongside the road. It's got paneling on the walls and dartboards and pool tables and patios and a lot of great people at Taylor's Bar and Grill over there on Barton Road. And I used to know the address, but I don't know it anymore. It's right off of, I think, San Mateo Canyon. So San Mateo Canyon and Barton Road right there, across from what used to be called the Betty Floyd Clinic, and now it's some sort of a surgical center.
The address is 26787 Barton Road in Redlands.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You got that. Say that one more time, Eric. You said it so well.
It's 26787 Barton Road, Redlands, California.
You got to be there. And you got to be there at Taylor's Bar and Grill, or Grill and Bar, I think. The owner told me it's not Bar and Grill, it's Grill and Bar. I said, what's the difference?
Oh,
It makes a
man.
difference.
Oh,
So he's a good guy, though. And they'll be there from 8 p.m. to midnight. So we are speaking with High Impact. Christine, the twins from the base line.
Christine's twin.
Christine's twin. Is that like split personality thing?
Okay, so he
Yes.
said, "Oh my
Everybody's
gosh,
nodding
he's
yes.
going to totally go for that." He loves playing about that name. No, my name is Christine, and I'm a Gemini, and that's how I came up with Christine's twin.
Okay, all right. And then Manny Lopez, guitar and vocals.
Yes.
And Daniel Adline on drummer. And then, of course, Daniel is the leader. He wrote these songs, and, the first one was pretty good. And we got the whole 411 lowdown on that. Now tell me about this next song. You get some copper tone, or you let it burn, or what?
No, it's actually kind of funny. Well, not too funny. A couple years ago, we had that gender reveal up here in the mountains that
No.
that caught San Bernardino on fire, and I was just sitting out watching it at night, and I just kind of wrote a
Let
song
it burn,
about
let it burn, let it burn. Okay, Eric, let's hear it. Let It Burn from High Impact. KCAA 1050 AM 106.5 FM, the stations that leave no listener behind and lately leaving no bands behind. I'm Mark Westwood on the Don Williamson Taxsaver and More show. Donald's out today, and so I'm happily filling in. Well, I kind of co-author or co-host with him anyway. That song was called Let It Burn by Daniel Adeline, and before we get actually Manny
it's
Lopez.
Manny.
Manny Lopez. Okay.
We'll take the
Can
credit.
you back up in her mic a little bit? Okay. And then yeah, I'm sorry. Juggling my things in my
right.
head and everything else. Let It Burn. We're going to talk about the song first before we get into anything else because we just played it. So that's a kind of a groove song. It's kind of a song you could have a beer by the campfire. That's Let It Burn. But it had a unique story, and he told me to the break, and I want you to tell me of the story and the inspiration for this song, Daniel.
So the inspiration was a few years ago. There was a gender reveal up here in the San Bernardino Mountains that decided to burn down pretty much all the mountains. And every night we got to see the mountains on fire. And I was sitting in my front yard just trying to come up with something about it. And that's what
two
happened.
police officers that were the parents of that. And they decided in the canyon over there by the park with nothing but brush and chaparral to do these incendiary devices. And I don't think how they realized that couldn't come out very well. And half the Yucaipa mountains over there burnt, and then down into San Bernardino a little bit, I think. But Let It Burn, and she watched that as it did. And just let it burn.
But there's another side to that. Let It Burn, meaning when there's something going on in your life and you're obsessing, because he says that's the song is about as well in our live shows, that when you're obsessing over something and you can't let it go and it's really hurting you, let it burn. So
Let
there's
it
the other
burn,
perception.
let it burn.
But
I'm singing
other
the song
side.
here, so you know I like it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thank you.
Christine, and I won't ever get your name right. Christine's twin. Okay. You were telling me something at the break, and tell the good listeners here. By the way, if you're just joining us, we're listening to the band High Impact. They'll be playing at Taylor's Friday night at 8 p.m. Okay.
So I wanted to address the name of the band is High Impact for the reasons of us wanting to have a high impact on our audience and make it a memorable and unique experience. And you were asking me how I started on bass and completely self-taught on bass. I'm originally a singer-songwriter on guitar.
How long have you been playing?
Not that, like maybe a little over 2 years.
So you're a quick study?
But here's the thing.
Do they call you Frets?
What happened was I looked on social media to see if a band needed a bass player. And then that's how I found Manny. I called him. Then I called him back and said, no, I'm not ready. I was like scared, fear. And then I called him back again. And because of his encouragement, that's what's keeping this band so strong and so positive. His encouragement is the reason why I discovered a talent that I never knew I had. He gave me his songs to put bass lines to, and I just put all the bass lines. He gave me the freedom to do whatever it is I want creatively, and I've put all the bass lines to his songs and just discovered this amazing talent that I never knew I had thanks to him. And then Daniel as well, being playing bass for over 20 years. So anyway.
What's your favorite band?
What's my favorite? Us?
Frets?
No.
Do you know what Frets is?
Impact.
No.
Just kidding.
You have some inspiration, but no. You know what? When we say frets, and a lot of people call the bass players frets because they have a fret. They call them frets. You never heard that? You just
No, but
don't
I
have
know
to-
a bass guitar has frets and a guitar has frets.
Yeah, so the nickname for bass players is frets. Like the
What do I
drummer
know?
plays
I'm
the
only a couple
Skins.
years playing bass.
Yeah,
so
we're teaching you here. I'm a former musician. I'm still a musician.
Wait till you get
actually.
into movies. You'll
Once-
really have fun. But
once,
go ahead.
Once a musician, always a musician. So, like, what's your favorite band? Like, would it be Christina McVie on Fleetwood Mac or something like that?
Oh, man. I like bands from, I don't have one favorite band. I mean, we could go to heavy. I like Slipknot, like, what's that? Psychosocial. I like Foo Fighters. I like just Nirvana.
Sam, you like Foo
I
Fighters
mean,
too?
yeah,
Ooh,
Nirvana, Alanis Morissette. I mean, and I just don't have just one
Okay.
favorite.
Well, that's a perfectly fine answer. I didn't mean to place you on the. Yeah, Daniel was. What's your favorite band?
Oh, Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters. He's like, yeah, Foo Fighters.
That's
and
it.
all the way down there, Manny. No, I said, you're Manny.
That's right.
You're Daniel. I'm sorry. They look so much alike. They both have beards. No.
We both have hair.
The drummer, Daniel. What's your favorite band?
I can't. Oh, if I'm going to put on get down to one, I'll probably Led Zeppelin, just because of how much spectrum of music that they got into their style.
Okay. So you're definitely a KCAL listener. That's all right. We like KCAL. They're our buds.
I want to throw in Marilyn Manson. He's got
Marilyn
a great
Manson. I would
acoustic
never have
song,
guessed that.
Leave a Scar. I know I'm giving him the credit for this, but he's got a great acoustic song, Leave a Scar. Marilyn Manson is also. I have to throw him in. You asked me my favorite, so bad an artist.
A couple of weeks ago,
Marilyn
couple of weeks
Manson.
ago, we had Garth Brooks' a sister and the mother's debut album. By the way, their only album because they both passed away. So it's kind of an interesting thing. They're releasing their album, but it was a neat thing. And we had them in here, and they had a famous producer that produced for Garth Brooks and stuff with us too. So it was really kind of cool. But she was a bass player, and you don't run into many female bass players. So how did you choose bass of everything?
Like I told you, okay. It really started. I was working as a guitar instructor, and one of the bass player guitar instructors were just talking about students and the difficulty in getting students, what have you. And he was going on for 4 hours, the whole shift, talking about bass. I literally, this is a true story. So
It's
I
all
slept on
about
him.
that bass. Yeah.
So no, when I used to work, I slept on it, and all I can hear him all night was about the bass. The next day, I bought a bass for my birthday, and I'm self-taught.
All about the
Like,
bass.
I'm not kidding
It's
you.
all
And
about the bass.
it's like I just self-taught. I had them teach me where I was a guitar instructor at the place, and I just had everybody teach me what they knew. And and join these guys. And like I told you earlier,
Okay, Mr. Drummer Man, you're next here. So how did you get your inspiration to play the drums? Did you just start as a baby, start keeping rhythm, or?
I didn't get drums until I was in the 6th grade, and I remember just being fascinated with the two bands that at the time, just growing up with ZZ Top and The Who, Keith Moon, and as I started playing is that I just listened to the music and let the music influence what I do behind the drum set, and depending on who I talk to, it's like people say that I sound like either like Mitch Mitchell or Jason Bonham, but I also just look at putting it in my own personality at the same time. And I listen to all styles of music too, and because of all these different genres that I listen to, including big band swing, because of one of the rhythms he's doing on one of his songs.
Gene Krupa? Are we talking about Gene Krupa?
Well, it's like, actually, it's like,
Ed Shaughnessy?
I did take lessons, but I was never taught how to do big bag swing.
Oh,
But
wow.
I'm a natural at big bag swing. When I started doing it, I had some people compare me to one of those, to Gene Krupa or Buddy Rich.
Buddy Rich, yeah.
Yeah.
Ed Shaughnessy, all those great drummers. That I'm a jazz musician, so that's why I know those names. Challenge me to say a drummer from Zeppelin or Motley Crue or something like that, and I wouldn't be able to do it to save my life. But I like that music, but I'm just more into the other music. And it's just being a musician. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is just a form of self-expression.
Oh,
Exactly.
yes.
And I can be in the worst mood in the world. Like, I was in a bad mood when I came in here, by the way. I didn't know whether you knew this or not, but you didn't know my day earlier. And sometimes this job, I love it. Sometimes it's the bane of my existence. It was kind of in between today, to be honest. And I was just trying to get everything together, and the phone system wasn't working. And I didn't know how you guys were calling in. And then Don Williamson got sick, and I'm trying to coordinate doing all this. And at the same time, just getting in, I had been down at the city of Ukaipo on another matter, with a 2.5 hour meeting with the city manager in the city of Ukaipo. So I'm a busy guy today, and came in here, and then I had somebody cut me off on the road, and some insane lady just all over me, and I didn't even really know why. But I finally got rid of her, and I came in here and I was just trying to deal with all this. And I said, "Gotta have a smile. That's nobody else's fault." Blah, 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 blah. Came in here, but I came in here and I got the music going, and I'm talking music, and my whole life changes again. I'm back to like enjoying.
So we had a high impact on you.
You did have a high impact on me. That's right.
Music is two things. One, either whether you're playing it or listening to it, it's a time machine that'll take you back to something that'll take you out of whatever you're in for just a moment. So
it is a time machine. And Eric's got a little bit of music background. Eric, you agree with that, right?
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, did you mention what instrument you play?
I don't think I did.
Yeah, let them know.
Well, I'm kind of a woodwind guy, but mostly saxophone.
Yeah, I was saying we should start a ska band. I've been telling him, like, let's pick it up. Exactly.
He's an avid skateboarder, right? He shreds over there. And he does another kind of high out on the patio, but that's another story. We're in radio, right? And, we don't do that at all, never. But, it does have an impact on you. And music soothes the savage beast, as they say. So it's kind of soothing to get down and play music, and whatever you're playing, whether you're playing fast-paced music, you're playing a ballad or big band swing, or you're playing country. We've got an oldies station down the hall, KQLH. We got another oldies. There's a classic country, KFXM, down the hall. We have KCAA. My friend Rick Rule has X95.7. It's a new rock station out in Manning or Beaumont. And I'll hook him up with you. Yeah, I did.
Thank you,
man. You should have seen Christine light up when I said that.
Yeah.
By the way, folks,
Thank
how
you.
these guys got here today is because Christine called me, and I could only get off the phone with her. This was just like there was no or hello or I have to breathe or something like that. But
Saying I talked to him. Well, with that, I was going to address that. We all do our part in this band, and we recognize each other's talents. So we all kind of do a little bit of the work, and and these two are telling me, "You're good at this. You do the PR and the talk," because I have a degree in communications and public relations. So they're
there
like,
you go.
"Oh, you did it." So that's how I
She's
called you.
educated.
Yeah, I called you, and so I do all that kind of the great work on that end. And I just
Cal State San Bernardino.
yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got one of those too.
I worked at Coyote Radio doing what you guys are all doing, doing
Well,
internship there.
Just so you know, I'm a little older than you may probably because there's a Coyote Radio because of me. I'm legendary at that campus between some professors. Let me tell you that.
Yeah. But that's how I ended up calling you. It's just that, I was like, we want exposure and promotion and exposure. And I thought, well, what's the best way to get exposure? Radio. And that's how I started going
Absolutely
through my
the best
list.
answer,
And
the best
that's
answer.
how I went through my list. I went through my resources, and I found you.
Radios are now just not, you turn it on to 1050 or 106.5 FM. They're multilateral platformed radio stations. And just for our listeners, if you are listening, you can tune into your smart app or go on your smart app of Google Play Store or Apple Play Store and just type in KCAA or KQLH or KFXM in there, and it will pull up an app that we've made. And you can listen to us in Paris, France, or Paris, California, in Mentone, France, or Mentone, California. Anywhere in the world, you can listen to us on that app. Also on Alexa and Spreaker and iHeart, and then on DeLive, on Kick, on YouTube, on Odyssey. And I'm leaving one out. I always do, but there's a lot of them. There's so many of them that I have to usually literally sit here. I'm going to put a list on the wall over there of all of our platforms. So you can really learn this. And then we produce a video, and we do produce our own proprietary podcast. Right beneath Don's picture, you'll press the name. You click on the little word that says pod, and you go to today, and there it is. You can either download it completely. That way you can fast forward and say you don't have to listen to Mark Westwood, or I just want to listen to the music or whatever. Or you can download it and you'll listen to it in real time like it's a real show. So you can listen to it in your bunny slippers, in your bathtub, or at home. And so that's a really neat thing is because a lot of radio stations, this radio station goes out on the air into infinity, nothing catches it, and you never hear it again if you're not right there in the spot. On this radio station, you can hear it anytime, any place, anywhere, and as many times as you want. And so that's kind of a cool thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we only got about 10 more minutes. I'm Mark Westwood with Eric Osorio in the control room. We're sitting here with the band High Impact. Christine's twin, which is a one person, by the way. Manny Lopez on guitar and vocals, and Daniel Adeline on the drums. And Manny is the creator of this and the producer of this. They're going to be playing at Taylor's
This Friday night.
At what time?
8 o'clock.
8 till midnight.
8 till midnight.
And you can go to our website, highimpactband.com. You could find our calendar for our shows.
You have a calendar? Do you
Well, yeah, we
post?
post
Is it
up-
like OnlyFans? No. Okay.
No, I'll give you that address later.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Anyway.
What's that mean? Wait, this is new.
Oh, you don't want to go there.
Yeah, I do.
No.
Every gig he mentions it. Every gig he talks about his own OnlyFans page.
Got to pay rent somehow.
Yeah, I was like, if the merch isn't selling, you got to sell something.
Exactly.
I think you might have one too.
I'm more of a WikiFeeds kind of guy.
I was going to add a question, but that just really threw me for a loop. I was making a subtle joke. I thought I'd just kind of go, and then she says, "I want an OnlyFans." I'm like, okay, you're going to be embarrassed when you find out about that, Christine. But that's okay.
What?
Never
well,
mind.
these
Tell her
guys
later.
embarrass
Tell her
me all
later.
the time anyway about
But-
things I don't know and stuff. So I'm used to being embarrassed, and I can laugh at myself.
All right. Well, moving on here, I had a question, and it was a really kind of an important question. Oh, you have an album coming up. You say you're putting together an album.
Yes.
Have you produced more than 3 songs?
Yes, we have a ton of songs. We have a few albums worth of music we're trying to get out.
Oh, I wish we had some more of it, because we have one more we're going to play. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got
and,
one.
we
Yeah.
got one more. And by the way, when Eric talks to you over the headphones, the listeners can't hear that. So,
Okay.
So when you answer back, the listeners go, "What are they talking about?" No, that's okay. Welcome to the world of radio. We have all kinds of ways we communicate with each other. That's called the talkback switch. But anyway, and we do have one more. I understand that. But we're going to get to it. How long is that song? About 3 minutes? 4 minutes?
It's just around 4.
About 4 minutes. And how much time do we have left, Eric? Eric says we have 8 minutes for our listeners. And we're just clicking along here. They've got a website, highimpact.com.
Highimpactband.com.
Got to put the word band in it.
Yes, you must put the-
highimpactband.com.
Yes.
And then you also have do you have a Facebook page?
Yeah, High Impact Band on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, we are on
Okay.
on Facebook and Instagram. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
And they've played at such places like not just Taylor's, but
We have Hangar 24, 3 Iron Brewery,
URL,
Urel,
Packing House.
Rim of the World, Rim of the World Sports Bar up in Crestline.
Cool.
Hops and Spokes. in
Okay, on
Yucaipa.
Yucaipa.
Hops and Spokes in Yucaipa. Where else, Daniel?
I'm getting thirsty just hearing about the
Right.
spots.
I know.
All the
Yeah,
breweries, man.
that's
Breweries
another
love hiring band.
We
man.
want to try to get. That's another thing. We are looking to expand our, not just in the breweries, but to like clubs and also location wise. We are looking to expand.
Do you ever do any private gigs like
We do parties. We love doing parties. So if you're having a party, give us a call, send us an email, go to our website, hit us up because you can contact us through either Instagram or Facebook or our website, highimpactband.com, and we will do a private party and we will rock your party.
See, I had a band with a piano player, vocals, myself on sax and woodwinds, and then we had a drummer and a guitar player and a bass player. It was called Seabreeze a long time ago. We don't exist anymore. We're all still friends, and we last lifelong friendships over it. But we did some of those private gigs, and we got booked in New Year's Eve at the Knights of Columbus in Fontana.
Nice.
And nobody told us that they liked polkas.
Oh my God.
And we played this great song, this great set, just doing real good, and it sounded great, and everybody was dancing. And then there's this one guy, play a polka.
Oh man.
So a couple of times we just turned outside. The drummer says, "Okay, this is the beat for the polka," and anyway, and we did it, and we turned a couple of our songs into polkas. It was kind of funny, but you got to do that on the fly of the moment
Dude.
sometimes. Yeah,
I wish I could do some of that Weird Al stuff. All his polka stuff is so good.
One of my favorite artists, by the way. One of my favorite artists. Hey, let's do this last song. It's called Windowsill.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about why it's called Windowsill.
I wrote this sitting in my bedroom on the windowsill, looking outside. I was You'll hear it a little when you get into it. I was trying to write a song there was something like "Should Have Known Better" or about a girl that bouncing back and forth. Sitting in my room just doing that, and my neighbor was leaving, and just kind of wrote a song about what I was watching my neighbor do when they were leaving.
Well, that's cool. We're talking with Daniel Edline, the drummer and leader and vocal. No, he's the composer, arranger, and then Manny Lopez.
Singer, songwriter, guitar player. Manny Lopez is the lead, the songwriter.
Just let me get this in there. I was talking with Manny Lopez just a second ago, and he is the guitar inspiration, vocals, and the composer. And Daniel's the drummer down there. Not to say you can't compose or sing or whatever. Can you sing?
He sings.
I'm starting to work in backup vocals, and piano is one of the instruments I also know how to play. I have my own original music on the piano as well.
Okay, let's roll that music. Do we have enough time? And we'll come back with a close here. Impact with the band, with Christine's twin, Manny Lopez and Daniel Edline, the band High Impact. Can be Taylor's Friday at 8 p.m. to midnight. That was a song called Windowsill, and we got to close out it out right now. But they play at other places. Be looking for them. HighImpactBand.com. HighImpactBand.com. Follow them on Facebook. Follow them on Impact. Instagram.
Yeah.
Impact.
High Impact on Instagram.
That's right. And they've got lots of talent and lots of innate ability. And it's been good to have you guys here. We'll go out with the rest of that song if we can skew it back up again. I'm Mark Westwood on KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5 FM. The stations that leave no listener behind. Closing out the Don Williamson Taxsaver and More show. Get well, Don. Take care. And join them, Taylor's Friday night at 8 p.m.